Good evening, good evening. Hi, hello, how are you doing to my believers in my Love After Cheating group and to everybody catching me on YouTube or Instagram? Hello, how are you doing? This is Love Coach Dasha. I am here today for the Healing Hour Live. I am so glad that you have joined me today. I hope that you're doing well today, but if you are not doing well today, that is what I'm here for. I am here to help you out to get on the healing path after infidelity so that you do feel better. All right. So I want you to join me. Make sure that you give me likes and hearts. Let me know that you're here. Let me make sure that I can see everything from everybody. I believe I can. All right. Fantastic. All right, like I said, I'm Love Coach Dash, and I'm here to help you along the healing path after infidelity. You have been through the trauma of infidelity. You have been through the fact that your beloved person, the person that you love the most, the person that you trusted the most, hurt you in a very deep way. And I'm sorry for that. But I know that you don't want to be stuck there forever. I know that you want to heal, you want to get better, you want to feel better about this, and that is exactly what we're here to do, is try to get you on the healing path, try and soothe over some of that trauma, and get to the point where you can get back to that loving, happy, healthy relationship. Hey, Libra honey, I see you over here on Instagram. Hello. Don't see anybody from my Facebook group yet. If you are not a part of my Facebook group, go join the Love After Cheating group. Everything that I do, you will find out about in there. So if you are not part of that group, you need to get in there. If you are a woman who is trying to recover and reconcile after infidelity, all right. Hello to you. Glad that you're here. All right. So woo, getting started, gonna do our thing. First of all, a little housekeeping, just so you know, one more time, I'll let you know. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I know we're all gonna be busy. I'm not gonna sit down and do a live on Thanksgiving, but I have some Black Friday news that is going to be excellent for you, and that you'll be able to talk to me anyway if you take me up on the offer. So I'm gonna tell you about that in a little bit. But just so you know, we won't be doing the Healing Out Live next week, but we will be back live again the following week, which I think is the 2nd of December. All right. All right. Fabulous. Now, of course, the first two things that we always do, what do we always talk about first? We always talk about two things first. We always talk about getting your deep breathing down and doing your journaling. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Have you been doing your journaling? If you're not, I'm going to chastise you. I'm going to tell you that you need to be doing that. If you are not doing that, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to be doing these two basic things just because you have been through a trauma, and those are two ways that you start to get over trauma. We need to be pursuing our healing. You can't wait for it to just come and arrive and just sit in your lap and say, "Here I am. Here's all the healing that you need. You're all better now." It doesn't work that way. You have to go after it. You have to do things to get you to that place. So, what I want to talk about first is doing your deep breathing. We do a technique called 478 breathing. If you have done it with me before, hi there, whoever that is on Facebook. I can't see. Hold on, let me see. Let me see who that is over here on Facebook. Oh, it's still not showing me on Facebook either. Okay. All right. Hello to you. I don't know who that is, but hello to you. If you are joining me on Facebook, what you can do is go over to streamyard.com/Facebook, and you can allow my software to be able to see what your name is when you comment. And it's Jamie. Hey, Jamie, it's been a minute. How you doing? I hope you're still doing good. Jamie is one of my success stories. Jamie was doing well the last I checked in with her. Hope she's still doing well. All right. All right. So the breathing, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about doing our deep breathing. We need to be doing that because that shows your brain that you understand that yes, you have been through a trauma, and yes, your body is trying its very, very hardest to take care of you and to soothe you after this trauma has happened, by making sure that nothing else bad happens to you. It is a wonderful thing that your body is doing for you. Appreciate it. However, you do not have to follow along with what your body does automatically. You can take back over control and get to the point where you're not just fearing things because your body is telling you to fear things. You can get to the point where you can think rationally and clearly about the situation instead of just reacting from fear. And that's what we really need to be able to heal. We're going to have to not react from fear. So the very first step to that is doing your deep breathing. So join me. You say, oh, excellent. I'm so glad, Jimmy. You're doing well, going strong. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. I love to hear good news. All righty. So, Jamie, when I tell them about what I'm going to tell them about later on, you can tell them how good I am at what I do, and that they should join me for my next venture. But we'll talk about that in a minute. All right. So, breathing. We're going to do our deep breathing. We're going to do 4-7-8 breathing. What we do is we blow out, try and deflate your lungs. Then you're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 7, and then we're going to blow out for a count of 8. We have to inhale like that so that we can get our lungs full of fresh, clean oxygen. We need to hold it so that we're not hyperventilating. That's what happens a lot of time when you get anxious. You start and you don't actually get to use that oxygen that you use and that you breathe in. And then we're going to blow out because that is a very soothing thing. When you are anxious, your body wants you to hyperventilate. But if you just blow out and make the noise, what you're doing is you are showing your body you're okay. You are safe. Everything is all right. If you can breathe like that, if you can slowly and in a controlled way do an exhale, you're okay. And it will convince your body that you're all right. And then it will stop with the trauma reaction. So we got to be practicing this. So we're going to do this 3 times together. Of course, I always want you to do it 5 times a day. Go to my YouTube channel, my Love Coach Dasha YouTube channel. I have a video that's just doing the deep breathing, just sitting there doing the deep breathing. Play it over and over and over again, just doing the deep breathing. Okay, but I will sit here and do it with you this time together, 1 time, all right, or 3 times, all right? So we're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lovely. Isn't that nice? You tell me. Tell me how does it feel when you do your deep breathing, when you are doing this full deep breathing, when you are getting that oxygen into your lungs, when you feel like, okay, I'm a little clearer up here. How does it feel? How does it feel to you? Let me know. This is always my offer. Hit me up, DM me. If you are doing deep breathing, you're like, damn, Dasha, that actually works. Let me know. I always want to know about people doing their deep breathing and it actually working for them because they're doing it consistently. So do it consistently and hit me up and let me know about it. All right. All right. So, second thing, journaling. We need to be doing our journaling on a regular basis. It is very difficult to get out all the thoughts that come from a trauma. When you're going through a trauma, what happens is your brain is overreacting to everything because it is afraid. It does not want you to be hurt anymore. And so what it does, it keeps throwing all these negative thoughts out there to you. What you do when you journal is you are putting those thoughts down on paper and you are telling your brain, I heard you the first time. I got it. I wrote it down. Look, I wrote it down in pen and paper. And I understand that you think that I'm in danger, and I appreciate that, but you can let it go for now. All right. And that's what we need. We need to be able to have those reprieves from the feelings, from the thoughts stressing us out. And that's what you do when you're doing your journaling. All right. So, of course, it doesn't matter. I always pop up with some journal. Look, this is a whole new journal y'all haven't seen before. Amazing. This one is the Find Your Happy Journal. Found that in Five Below. Let's see. What this one is. It says things like I'd love to, I'm looking forward to, I need to, and then mindful moments that you can have. Very nice, very nice. And of course, you can go cheapy. This is is like 88 cents at Walmart. Hey, this is not hard for you to do. Just pick up anything, any book that you can write in and write in it, okay? Just journal your heart out for about 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, just to tell your brain that you are paying attention and just to take care of yourself a little bit. You deserve 10 minutes a day where you're just thinking about your feelings and putting them down and exploring them and getting past them. You can do that for yourself. I feel like you deserve that. Do you feel like you deserve that? Give me hearts, give me likes if you feel like you deserve 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening to sit down and just breathe and pour out some of those thoughts so you can get rid of them. Like, you don't want to hold on to them, do you? I didn't like holding on to them. I did a lot of journaling, but we moved around a bit. We had a house fire and we moved around a bit when after a lot of journaling was done, and I lost all my journals. They got wet in somebody's garage when we had moved around and we just stored stuff in, like, I think my father-in-law's garage got soaking wet, and I don't have my journals anymore. This I would love to be able to go back and read you some of the stuff that was in my journals, seriously. But that's okay. That's all right. It's good for you in the moment. Even if you can't later on come back to it if something happens to it. And I recommend go ahead and burn the journals that really made you feel bad or made you feel some kind of way after you gotten to that point. But I wish I could go back and tell you some of the stuff that I wrote down because I wrote a ton. I'm a writer by nature, and I wrote a ton of stuff in my journal. Always remember, do your date, do your time, and your anxiety level. You want to have all three of those so that you have some good records. You are a scientist when you are sitting there writing in your journal. What you're doing is you're trying to figure out where the triggers are coming from. What's going on inside your head? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? And so if you have all that information and you have the dates and times and how bad the anxiety actually is, then you can go back to it and see how you progressed over time, and you can tell what your triggers are. You will know what the trigger is because you've written it down. Even if you don't mentally connect that is a trigger when you actually write it, later on, when you're a little bit calmer, when you are in a better state of mind and you go read through it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, trigger, there it is. That's what that was. So it's going to help you a ton. I want you to be doing your deep breathing and your journaling, okay? All right, now all that said and done, let's get on to some good news. How about that? I love me some Thirsty Thursday. I love to talk about good stuff that has happened in your lives during the week because it's so easy to forget when you are anxious, when you are going through a trauma. It is like all the good stuff just gets totally erased from your mind. You can't even really see it anymore. And what I like to do is sit down and do our Thirsty Thursday and tell you about good stuff. All right. So you can remember and you can celebrate with the other believers who are here and are having a good time too. So Bambi, how you doing, Bambi? Bambi said, I'm having a great week as a couple. Usually this time of the month is hard and I have a harder time controlling my emotions and triggers, but we were almost through it with no relationship challenges whatsoever. He has been so affectionate, understanding, loving, and full of encouragement and wisdom. I had to go back to our old house because the renters were having issues and I got sad missing our home of 16 years. He said the nicest thing to try and cheer me up. You aren't missing the house, you're missing the home you created inside that building. Oh, he better stop, Bambi. Okay. But you need to realize that home is inside you and you bring it out no matter what building you're in. Oh, that's so good. That's so great. I still love our new house, but the old place was a big part of our lives, and he was really able to make me feel better. It's wonderful news, Bambi. That's real good Thirsty Thursday right there. We're gonna celebrate with you. I'll make sure I didn't keep on doing I usually pop bottles in the comments. So I'm gonna go back to doing that, making sure that I put down at least a glass of champagne because you definitely deserve it, okay? Because that was awesome. I'm glad that happened for you today or this week. Stephanie said, I would drink on this Thirsty Thursday with y'all to celebrate, but I found out I'm pregnant. So I can't. I found out on the 30th that there is more than one. in there. Oh goodness, my doctor thinks there is. We will see. Oh my goodness, Stephanie, that is awesome. You and your honey are gonna have some honeys of your own. You're gonna add, but it sounds like more than one. Oh my goodness, I am excited for you. Congratulations, that is an awesome Thirsty Thursday. I will have a second glass for you, just because I don't want you to feel left out. All right. And I'm gonna send you a virtual glass so you can just take the virtual glass. You don't have to drink right now. But super glad that's happening for you. Congratulations, Stephanie. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Good stuff does happen. Just because you've been through this trauma does not mean your life is at an end. It does not mean that, oh, that's it. That's all the good stuff that's ever gonna happen to me. And it feels like that when you have gone through this with somebody who you love so much. It feels like that's just the end of the world. There's nothing good that's ever going to happen ever again. It's just going to be horrible from here on out. But it's not. You have a whole life to live after this trauma. You have so many more chapters that are going to come after this. And you just have to look forward to them. You just have to cling to the idea that it can be good again. You can have good things. All right. I am so excited about that good news all around. I love it. Family and Stephanie have been with me for a minute now. So I'm glad. I'm glad that you all are doing well. All right. Let's see what else I got on my list here. Ooh, the question cards. Oh, yes. We're going to bust out the and healing edition. If I give you a couple of questions that you can ask instead of sitting there talking to your mates about the cheating, about how horrible you feel, about how terrible they are for doing this to you. I'm going to give you some other questions to ask because it makes it a little easier. Makes for a little bit less tension when you are just talking about the relationship instead of talking about what they did wrong. You don't want to be talked about. You don't want him to keep on talking about the bad things that you've done. You don't want to keep talking about the bad things that he's done either. You want to have a happy, healing relationship. And that is what this deck is for. It is for trying to work on some questions that will make you feel closer and feel a little bit more healed. All right. So, shuffled enough. Let's do three of these. All right. In an ideal world, what would we be doing more of? Oh, I like that. That's a good question. In an ideal world, what will we be doing more of? Oh, that sounds fantastic. Of course, most men are going to say sex. Um, not most. It may be about 50-50. I don't think men are as sex crazed as we have made them out to be. Um, you tell me if you have experienced that where it's like, okay, well, yeah, he cheated, but he's not like a sex starved monster all the time. He's not always asking to have sex all the time. Tell me about it. Let me know. But other things like having fun. Like we are planning on doing the Illuminate Light Show in our area after we do Thanksgiving dinner. We're gonna go and it's like a carload of people. You pay for a carload and then you go and you just travel through. It's like 2 miles of light shows and it's got sound. It's got I think it plays on the radio. The music that's going along with the light show. So we're planning on doing that. So you know always going out and doing more things together, that's always a positive thing. But in a perfect world, what would you be doing more of? All right, that's the next question. What memory do you have of us that you will never forget and why? Oh, I like that. That's a good question. Let's see up here. What memory do you have of us that you will never forget and why? I have so many. I was just talking to um my recovery and reconciliation group yesterday and I was just sitting there. I was feeling nostalgic and I was having memories. And I remember the first time I ever saw him in person. I met him on the phone, but I saw him in person like a month later for our first date. And I saw him, I laid eyes on him and I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God he is as cute as I thought he was on the phone. I'm so excited about this. And we had the best night together. We spent like the whole night. We danced on the beach. It was like a movie. It was so nice. So yeah, that's one of my memories of him. He is my honey, and meeting him was a great day. All right. And one more, one last one. How do you know when I am having a great day? I like that. I like that. That is a good one for your honey to know, right? And that's a good one for you to answer about them. How do you know when they're having a good day? And how do they know when you're having a good day? Those are awesome questions to ask. So that is the end. Give me some other questions besides, well, what did you do with her? And what was the sex like? And why did you do this? You can work on healing with other questions, okay? You can work on healing with things besides talking about what happened that was so terrible, okay? We don't need to keep focusing on the trauma. We don't need to do that, all right? Woo! All right, let me know if you all have any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints. I am here for you. For what, the next half hour? I am here. I am here to answer you. All right. And I've got questions. Let me go to the first question I have. Well, actually, you know what? I wanted to address this. Michelle. Michelle's a new member in the group. She said, anyone else wish that you could find more couples who are on the healing path? It seems a lot of other people are angry and they keep hurting each other. I've listened to a lot of TED Talks and psychologists who all support reconciliation and healing. I feel like healing happens far more often than is shown or reflected. It does. Divorce and separation seems to be the norm, but is it? It is not as much as you think it is. And people who end up divorcing usually divorce for other reasons other than infidelity if they're going to divorce. A lot of that is money. A big, big stressor in relationships is money. Children are a big thing. There are a lot of different reasons that people actually divorce that don't have anything to do with infidelity. A lot of people stay. I know for sure. I've been doing this. I was a relationship coach before I started just focusing on healing after infidelity. And for 10 years, I kept running into women who had been through infidelity and had stayed. And, it ends up coloring other parts of the relationship. Even when they're trying so hard for it to be in the past, a lot of the time they've never done the proper healing for it. And so, in the present, they're miserable, but it's because of what happened in the past. Now, for honestly, I think it's a problem with shame. That is what I think, Michelle. I think that we have been shamed so hard into believing that, oh, you're just a doormat, you're just awful, you're a pick me. Oh, I hate that phrase. Oh, I hate the pick me. I can't stand that. But that's what you are if you choose to stay in a relationship, because you're just supposed to leave. You're just supposed to walk out. And that has never been what actually happened. I don't know where this came from. I don't know exactly what got us to the point of women telling other women that you're just supposed to walk out. You're just supposed to leave, because that was never the way it was. Many people grew up with fathers, grandfathers who had separate families. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a new thing. People didn't just start cheating in this generation. That didn't just happen. So there actually is really no shame in choosing to stay in your relationship and working it out. But other women, especially, not even as much men, but other women especially, will give you a hard time about doing it. And I think what will happen to cure that, to make that better, is to be more open about it. I feel like we get ashamed and then we don't say, hey, look, I've been through this. They cheated on me. This is my honey, though. And I decided we were going to work through it. And here is how we did it. I feel like once that becomes more of the norm in the conversation, then we're not going to be shamed into hiding it and making other women think that we're not doing it. We're not trying to save our relationships. We're not trying to continue on and reconcile. We're not trying to do that. And you hide it, and then other women don't know that. That is a huge part of why I do this. I realized all of that shame was just making me sick. All of that, I have to hide it and I can't let anybody know. When I first started really just saying, hey, look, my husband cheated and I stayed and it's fine. We're okay. Everything is beautiful now. When I first started doing that, that started erasing some of that shame. And I started feeling better about myself. And then I could tell other women. And then other women were like, oh my God, the same with me. That happened to me, and I'm still in the relationship, but I don't know how to heal. How do you get to that point? Then you have a conversation about it. So, all my people in my group, I want you to start to talk about it a little bit more. Even if you're like going into other groups and talking about it, talk about what has worked for you, talk about how you are making progress, talk about good stuff happening, okay? Not just the negative feelings of, oh, I worry about if he's going to cheat on me again. No, I'm talking about when he's doing the right things, when he is cooking for you and cleaning for you and showing you that love. And you are like, okay, I'm able to let my walls down a little bit. You tell another woman that, and guess what? You're both going to feel better because you're not alone anymore, and neither is she. That is why at the end of I told you about the dreams formula over the last few weeks. But this week, I wanted to just share with you what the stages are of healing after infidelity. And that's actually the last stage, the inspiration phase. The stage where you're just like, screw it. I made it through this already. And I'm not going to be ashamed of my story. I'm going to tell the next woman that I come across that, yes, I understand that you were dealing with this. And I know tons of people are telling you that you have to leave and that there is no other choice for you. But I'm here to tell you that there is another choice. I'm living proof. That's the end of the actual like healing process. And when I got to that point, I feel so great to be able to share that with people. But the stages are, okay, we got devastation. You know what the devastation is. We are in devastation. We are just a puddle on the ground, just boneless, cannot stand because everything we thought has been taken away from us. It has just been, we've been melted down to our basic elements. That is the devastation phase. And at that point, there's not much you can do. You cry a lot. You want to understand, but you can't really even get to the point of asking all those questions and getting all of that information that you so sorely want to get. So it's just that emotional wreck time is the devastation phase. You can't really do too much about healing at that point. Then the next stage after that, there's five of them, by the way. The next stage after that, number two, is the regulation phase. Regulation is, I'm not a boneless mass on the floor anymore. I am starting to gather myself up, get control over my emotions. And they're going to be wild for a little while. When you first start off in the first weeks and months after you dealt with this, yes, absolutely, your emotions are going to be buck wild. They're going to be miserable. But they do not have to stay that way. When you decide, again, the decision is always super important. When you decide that you are going to get up off the floor and you are not going to be devastated anymore, and you are not going to let this thing ruin your entire life, your imagined future with the person that you love, you're not going to let them being an idiot fuck it up for you. That is the regulation phase where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to have to gather myself up. And that's the part where you learn how to go for longer and longer stretches without flipping out. That's that regulation phase. You're going through the phases where, like you were yelling at him every day, and then it stretched out to every 3 days, and then it stretched out to every 5 days, and then it stretched out to every seven, and got further and further away from that devastation and that loss of control of your emotions. That's what that is. That regulation is getting back in control of them. The third stage is recreation. The two of you are going to be recreating this relationship. Now you got to be careful when you're doing this because a lot of the time, a lot of the fears and anxieties of those first two stages will creep in as you are trying to get closer because trauma doesn't want you close. Trauma wants you to isolate. Trauma wants you to separate. Trauma does not want you to get back together with the person that hurt you. So it's going to be throwing you curveballs. It's going to keep on telling you that this is not okay. You should not recreate this. And if you are, then we have to have all sorts of boundaries and rules and things that you are not going to want to live with in the future. When you are doing the recreation phase, I want you to be thinking about the things that you want your life to look like in the future with your mate. Do you want to be checking GPS every single damn day to find out where he is? No, you do not want to do that. That is not the type of relationship that you were going for, so you can't throw that into the recreation phase. Of course, there are boundaries, of course, but I think people misunderstand boundaries as making somebody else do something. Boundaries aren't about what they're going to do. Boundaries are about what you're going to do. So you need to make boundaries that you can live with. The thing is, if you keep on making boundaries that they know that you're not going to enforce, then there was no point in making the boundary in the first place. You just look like you're just talking, and you don't look like you're serious about it. The boundaries of, okay, there cannot be any contact with this other person, or I will do X, Y, and Z. That is what the boundary is. If you overstep this thing that is making me comfortable, then I will take action. I'm not worried about your action. Okay, if you go ahead on and do the wrong thing, that's great and all, but then it comes down to what I'm going to do. And I think people confuse that sometimes. I think people have a hard time with the whole boundary thing. You have to come up with boundaries that you're actually willing to enforce. And if you're not willing to enforce them, then don't make them. Okay. All right. But we got the recreation phase. We're knitting it back together. We're getting back together. We are calming down. We are feeling better and better with each other. There's more and more time in between breakdowns, more and more time in between stressing out and screaming at each other. It's getting better. Okay. Then we have the next phase, which is the celebration phase, right? We have recreated. We have recreated our relationship. We have showed each other that this is what we want and we are willing to go for it. We are both willing to work on it to get to that place together, to get to that dream relationship that we're thinking about, and we are going to celebrate it now. This is the time when you get to close the chapter. This is the time where, okay, this chapter has been open a long enough. It's time for us to flip this bad boy and get to the next chapter. What are we going to do now? What plans and goals do we have for now? Do we want to do a vow renewal? You can feel free to do that then. In that celebration phase, you're ready to do that, go for it. Okay. Um, when you if you want to get new rings, I was never big on the whole getting a new ring thing. All right, if you just want to upgrade, okay, just say you want to upgrade. But if you're talking about the marriage that you're in right now, I feel like the ring that you have on covered this. It covered the idea that bad things were going to happen and you were going to work through them. And here you are doing that. So I feel like, that is it's reinforcing what the ring was intentionally supposed to be doing in the first place. But if you want a new ring, you feel free to get a new ring. This is the point where you can stop talking about it. You don't have to keep on bringing it up. At the times when you're just feeling some kind of way and you have a little flashback, you're just like, nope, we are past this. We had our celebration time. We are having good times now. We are not living in the past and in the negative. Then, of course, there is the inspiration phase, which is what I want for all of you. I want you to be inspirations to other women. I don't want um, so many women to keep feeling bad about just being with the person they love. I feel like that's stupid. I feel like that is just pointless and wrong. So I want you to go out and be the inspiration that another woman needs. I want you to be able to say, hey, look, I understand. Yes, this is a terrible thing that has happened to you, but I know that you can get through it. I know doggone well that it does not have to be like this forever and for always. And I have been there and I have gotten out of it. And here is what I did. Here is how I want to help you get out of this hole. All right. So that's the 5 stages of getting past infidelity. Let me know if you have any questions about that. We got devastation, regulation, recreation, celebration, and last is inspiration. Okay, those are the 5 stages that you're going to go through. Now you may go back and forth a little bit. It may happen. That happens sometimes. You may feel like you're regulated and you want to go back and be a little devastated. You want to be in a puddle on the floor again. I understand that. You feel like that sometimes, but don't unpack and live there. That's the whole thing. You can be in whatever phase that you're going to be in, but don't unpack and just live there and get stuck in the negative. All right, that makes sense. Let me know. Everybody, let me know if that makes sense. All right. So let me. Okay, there's my question. All right. I had a question from Lou, and Lou asked a good question. Lou said, "How do we deal with family of our?" I think she meant significant other that knows what happened. Hey, because mom, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Everybody that's over here on Facebook, say hi. I see you. Hi. Let me know that you're here. Say hey to me. Let me know. Give me some likes. Give me some hearts. I don't care. Whatever. Just let me know that you're here and you're with me because I'm glad that you're here with me. All right, but let's see. Yeah. Oh wait, not that page. Lou said, "How do we deal with the family of our significant other? Who knows what happened? Hey, man, I'm gonna get to yours too. I see you. Um, And Lou, that is a very good question. All right. That actually touches on two parts of the healing process of the dreams formula. Okay, number one is going to hit on the recognizing the fear speech part. All right. When other people are involved, their fears tend to become the focus of the conversation. It may seem like they're talking about you, but a lot of times they're talking about their own fears. So they're not going to give you the best of advice. And then if it's the significant other's family, more than likely they're going to side with the significant other, even if they're dead wrong. Okay, they can be dead wrong and cheating, absolutely, but it's their family. That's the person. That's the people that love them, that raise them, that have been around them all their lives. So, a lot of the time, if you can avoid it, if you can avoid telling family members about it until you're at a better place, if you're like in that recreation celebration phase, if you can wait until then to be able to tell people about it, it's a lot better for you because you don't have that input. The other part is the support aspect of the dreams formula. That last part, that S, um, they're not going to be terribly supportive of the relationship. What their goal is to be supportive of their person. That's what your family's goal is going to be too. They're not really going to be worried about the relationship. They're going to be trying to be supportive of you and of yourself. So they're going to be expressing fear. They're going to be so anxious about this going forward. So if you can avoid talking to them about it, it's probably the best thing. But if you have already told them about it, what you and your mate need to do is present a united front every single damn time you encounter any of your family. You need to be a united front. You need to be holding hands. You need to be not sitting there stuck in the past, sitting there glaring at him. Because other people can see that. Other people can see when your face goes all funny and you are stuck in that past and you're anxious and you're angry. They can see that. Okay, they're like, oh, she doesn't look happy. The relationship must not be going well, and then they start putting in their 2 cents. So it needs to be a united front every time you're around your friends, your family. They need to act like, oh, what happened? I thought something happened between them. You would never know it from looking at them. And when you do that, you're showing outwardly to other people what your inward decision is. Your decision is to be together and to work this out, and we're going to be happy together. That's what our decision is, and that's what we're showing. So that is what you need to do. You need to really focus on presenting that united front when the two of you are around their family. Does that make sense? Lou, let me know. I know you had to watch the kids tonight, but let me know, Lou. All right. I know you're going to catch it on the replay. Because mom said, I missed most of it. You didn't miss a lot. As I missed the questions. Sasha of the week for our mate. Oh, I put the questions for the and yeah, I put those that was in the beginning of the video, so you can just watch it at the end. And then you said, I meant the questions from your cards. Yeah. I thought that's what you're talking about. I wanted to write down what you pulled up today, and I find it to work when I ask him. Yeah, it does, right? Isn't that much better than asking him questions about other women? Oh my God, that's so much better. Hold on, I'll tell you what they are. I got them over here. I got a pile of the ones that we've already done. All right, let's see. What memory do you have of us that you will never forget? What memory do you have of us that you will never forget? In an ideal world, what will we be doing more of? In an ideal world, what will we be doing more of? And then, how do you know when I'm having a great day? How do you know? How you know? And how do you know when they're having a great day? Reverse those questions. Ask each other good stuff. All right, that good? All right, good. I'm glad. All right, so let's see. Okay, any other questions that I see up here? I don't have any more that I know of. So, what I think I'm about to do is talk to you about what you can do to talk to me this upcoming week. Will you miss me next week when we're not doing the Healing Hour live? Of course, you will miss me, but you do not have to because I have a Black Friday special coming up. Now, I have been doing this for years, and it never occurred to me to go ahead. Oh, you can watch the replay in the group or on Instagram. It'll come up. It'll come back up on Instagram when it's done. Um, for Black Friday, what I have been thinking about, typically a lot of the time people will message me and I'll answer their questions. I have decided that I am going to start a text support system. All right. What you can do is you pay to be able to text me just anytime when something is going on, when you are stressed, when you're about to say something that you don't want to say, when you say something, you're about to say something that you really do want to say, but you know you shouldn't. When you are having a hard time with a trigger, when you are mad at him and you don't have any clue why, and you just need somebody to help you out. Okay, let me tell you a story real quick. There's a woman who is walking down the street minding her own business when suddenly she walks in and she falls into a hole. Now, the walls of the hole are too steep for her to climb. She can't get out the way that she got in. So, as she's down in the hole, somebody passes by above. It's a doctor. She asks the doctor, "Hey, can you help me get out of this hole?" The doctor writes a prescription, throws it down in the hole, keeps on walking. The woman waits for a little while longer, and all of a sudden, along comes a clergy person. The clergyman is at the top of the hole. She yells up, "Can you help me get out of this hole?" The clergy writes down a prayer and tosses it down into the hole to the woman. Now, along now comes a friend. A friend comes along, and the woman yells up, "Friend, can you help me out of this hole? I am stuck." And promptly, the friend jumps down into the hole with her. And she looks at the friend and says, "Are you an idiot? What are you doing? Now you're down here with me. We're both stuck." And the friend looks at her and says, "Well, yeah, but I've been in this hole before and I know the way out." That is what I want to do for you, okay? I want to be the friend. I want to jump down in the hole with you, okay? And when you are going through, you're in the moment and you're just like struggling. If he is texting you and you know you could say something back that's nasty, but you want to say something back that's better, that's different, that's in a different mindset, and you want to change your relationship and your dynamic, hit me up. Okay? You can text me. You can let me know what's going on. Send me a screenshot and I will give you a good answer. Okay? I'm real good with words. Okay? I'm real good with, yeah, the words coming back. Because mom knows I'm good with the words. Okay? So I can give you some advice. I can tell you exactly how to handle the situation or just talk you off the ledge too. You said that's me all the time. That's what happens. I talked to her too. But she's in my recovery and reconciliation group though, so she's already talking to me every week. But I'm talking about just being able to throw a text message out and get some help like immediately. Be able to stop the argument before it starts. To be able to control those emotions. This is what I'm really trying to help you with is the regulation phase. I want you to be able to regulate your emotions. And sometimes that takes somebody else telling you, "Hey, you're acting a little crazy. It's okay. I understand. I get what you're going through, but what you're doing is not going to get you where you want to go." And just that little bit of a nudge is enough for a lot of people to get back on the healing path, and that's what I want to do for you. I want to just steer you on the healing path. So I think that's what it's going to be called, text support. Now instead of tech support, text support. Because mom said, "I swear I'm feeling like I'm going crazy." Yeah, but if you have somebody like we do, if you have somebody to be like, wait, and give you a different perspective, it's very hard when you're in that moment and when your emotions are riled all up to be able to put yourself in a different place. I had to do that all by myself. That's how I came up with all of this. Is I was doing that on my own. I was having the awful feeling and then reacting out of it and realizing that reaction was not getting me where I wanted to go. So then I had to stop and rethink and try and change my path and do the opposite of whatever it was that I did the first time that made me so miserable. Instead of having to do that for yourself, let me do it. Let me help you do that. Okay. Let me help you turn it around. Let me help you stop those negative thoughts. Let me help you get on the healing path and stay there just with my tech support. I'm trying to tell you, it works wonders. Now, this is going to be a program that is going to be 3 months long. All right. And I do not have the page up for it yet. It's going to go up on Monday, but I'm telling you about it so that you can hit me up like now. Go ahead, hit me up and let me know that you're interested. Just write text support. That's what I want you to do. TEXT support. Write that in the message. Let me know that that is what you're needing right about now. You need somebody to just hold your hand, yank you down off the ledge, bring you back around to reality, the reality of I want this to work. I want to reconcile. I don't want to scream at him all the time. I don't want to be angry and hurt all the time. I don't want to be constantly checking his GPS all the time. I want our relationship back. If that is what you want, text me, message me on Love Coach Dasha page on Instagram, DM me there, and put in the comments under the YouTube page, whatever. I don't care how you do it. Just let me know. Send me the message, text support, TEXT support, and let me be the one to be able to help you. Now, let me tell you, this is going to be like a 3 month program. I think that's what it's going to end up having to be because about 3 months talking to me, texting back and forth with me, you'll start to hear my voice. You'll start to know what I'm going to say before I even say it. And that is a sign that you are overcoming the trauma. So that's usually how it is. So, what I'm going to do for Black Friday, this is going to be 3 whole months, okay? 3 whole months of tech support, and it's going to be $99. I cannot help you any more than that. Okay. Usually it's not gonna be that. That's not gonna be the pricing. And I'll show you all the pricing and everything on the page once I get done. That's not gonna be what the price is for 3 months. But since my you're my delightful people, you're my believers, you are gonna be covered for that extra month. It's basically 99 is paying for 2 months. We're gonna give you an extra month of assistance, 99 bucks. Okay. Not yet. That's it. That's all you got to pay. And you can text with me and get information and get advice. And every day I'm going to be sending out affirmations every morning. To everybody that's on the list, you're going to have a special number to text me to be able to send me messages that's just dedicated to that. So I just know when those text messages come in that this is somebody who has joined my program. And I'm going to be expanding that in the coming year. But since I just came up with it, I am going to offer it to you as my Black Friday deal. So if you are interested in that, I want you to hit me up, okay? Let me know if you need somebody to help you out, talk you down off the ledge, give you some reality checks, and pat you on the back too. Don't think that it's just, oh, yeah, I'm telling you you're doing the wrong thing. No, I'm going to tell you good stuff too. I'm going to tell you, hey, you can do this. And I'm going to pat you on the back when you're doing well and you are making strides and you're going to be cheering. You're going to be just texting me about stuff like, "Oh my God, he's calling me more. He's yeah." Somebody that matter of fact, let me tell you about um one woman right now who is um who is in who is doing tech support with me. She says, hold up, let me see. Oh, of course now I can't find it. Oh, come on, back up, back up. Oh, of course now it wouldn't be on the page. Anyway, but she was saying that her husband is starting to text her just out of the blue. Just out of the blue, just texting her, just checking in with her, just talking to her, even when he's at lunch, even when he's away from her, he is reaching out to her more because she has changed her behavior because she's talking to me on a regular basis. I don't think he knows that that's what it is, but it doesn't matter if they don't know. That's unnecessary. You don't even have to tell them that you're talking to me, but just having that support in your back pocket, in your phone, anytime you need it, that is going to help you to move forward and stay on the healing path. All right. So I want you to have this. I want you to be able to do this. So the page is actually going to go up on Monday, and it's going to be from this upcoming Monday to the following Monday, which is Cyber Monday, and that's going to be my Black Friday deal. So I hope you take me up on it, because honey, let me tell you, I love talking to y'all, and I love to text, and I can give you some really good, really fast advice. All right, Lindsay's here. Hey, Lindsay. Lindsay's my business coach. Lindsay is like fire for real. She put fire on my post, but she's fire. You need to go check out Lindsay Anderson. I'm trying to tell you, if you want to do this stuff on the computer, if you want to market on the computer, she's good. But um, that's my offer. That is my Black Friday. That's what I am doing. Okay. All right. So let me see. Anything else? Message me. The page is not going to go up until Monday because it's just going to be 1 week. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do this now, because it's definitely going to be way more than this next month. Okay. I mean, not next month. In January, the next time I do it again, definitely not going to be $99 anymore. Okay. That is just Black Friday prices, just because you all are my favorite people. You all are my believers. Did I ever tell Instagram or YouTube why you're my believers? Let me tell you about that. You know that Imagine Dragon song, Believer? The pain made me a believer. That is what happened to a lot of the women in my group. That pain showed them that this is actually the person for them. Even though, it seems like that would be backwards, it was the pain. It was seeing how empty your life would feel, how stressed you would be without your person, that actually made you a believer in like unconditional love. And that's why I call you believers. You all believe in your relationships, you believe in your love. And I want to support that. I feel like you should have that, okay? You should have that every day. You should have that wonderful, happy, trusting, giving, open love, and not feel like you have to hide behind walls anymore just because something bad has happened to you. That is not the way you have to live. You do not have to do that anymore. And I am here to offer you help to get out of that. All right. I want you to take me up on it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Any other questions? Cause mom, I see you over there. You cooking? What are you cooking? You say, if I wasn't for your help, Dasha, we would be so arguing so much. That's part of it, right? With the tech support, you're not going to argue as much, and he's going to be looking at you like, wait a minute, we haven't argued in a good long while. She's not complaining about the same things that she was normally complaining about. And she's behaving differently. And he may get a little anxious though. He may get a little anxious, may get a little nervous, may get a little jealous, maybe, because he was like, oh, there has got to be something else going on here that she is changing this behavior. But that is what's going on. You have tech support. You have somebody in your back pocket to help you steer around the rocks. Every time you're about to head right into the rocks, I can steer you around them, okay? All you got to do is reach out to me. So that is what I'm offering for you. I want you to have that. I want you all to feel better and feel more confident in your relationship. And usually 3 months, that's all it usually takes. Honestly, that's really all it takes. Just getting into the habit of changing what you do and say after the trauma. The trauma wants you to behave a certain way, and we don't want to listen to that. We don't need to listen to that. We are going to talk about healing. We're going to have good times. Like Michelle was talking about, nobody is ever talking about healing, but healing is good for you. We need to do that. So, coming up, let's see what's going to be on this Sunday and Monday. I'm going to go live again. I'm going to go live on Sunday at 8 p.m. and then I'm going to go live on Monday at noon. All right. So Eastern Standard Time. So Sunday at 8 and Monday at noon. And we're going to talk about it. Bring all your questions. Let me know what it is you need from me with this tech support, and I can do it for you. Let me know. Message me before that Monday comes along. Just message me. You send me the words text support to any of my social media, and I will get it. Even to my email, dasha@lovewordkeeping.com. send me that and let me know that you're interested in getting on board with this, okay? Because I want you to join in and I want this to be a super huge program next year coming up. We are getting to the end of the year. We are already in November. Don't you want your holidays to be better? Don't you want your holidays to be good? Trying to tell you, get in on my tech support. We can start off even before Thanksgiving starts, and you can have a good Thanksgiving with your honey, and it can lead into a very good Christmas with your honey if you just have that support. So I am here trying to give you that to have those happy holidays that you want. All right. So let's see. Nothing else that I can see. Don't think I missed anyone. Yes, yes. I think that's good. And go over and talk to my business coach too. Go over and see what Lindsay Anderson is doing. Um, content that converts.me. Okay, let me just tell you, she did this program a couple months ago. I was like, oh my gosh, she's brilliant. Okay, you need to go check her out if you are trying to run a business on this on what is it Obama's internet. You need to go and check that out. All right. I think that is it. I think it is. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything else going on? Anything else that you wanted me to address? If you are watching this on the replay, make sure you hit hashtag replay. Ask me questions. Question what I said. Ask for clarification if you need it. All right. And for the end here, I'm going to leave you with an affirmation. And based on our Black Friday, based on our tech support, I'm going to give you the affirmation is asking for help is a sign of self respect and self awareness. Asking for help is a sign of self respect and self awareness. When you do that for yourself, you are affirming yourself. You are saying to yourself that you deserve help. That's the first thing. You deserve help. You recognize that you need it and you deserve it to happen. So you are asking for it. And I am asking you to ask me. I am asking you, come on, please, come ask me about it because, honey, I want to tell you about getting the help that you need, okay? I want to do that for you. So don't forget next Sunday, 8 p.m. and Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to go live. Bring your questions, ask me about tech support, message me, email me, whatever you need to do, and I will answer all your questions before the holiday. And hopefully, you can start working on having great holidays with your honey from now going forward. All right. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you today. It was so lovely talking to you today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're here now, you're on the replay, it doesn't matter. I feel the love. I am glad that you were here. And what I need you to do is message me, tech support if you are interested. And in the meantime, until Sunday, I want you to stay on the healing path. I want you to make healing choices. Do not do what the fear tells you to do and we will get out of this trauma. I promise you, you will get out of this trauma. Okay. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all I got. I will talk to you again on Sunday. All right. All right. That's the end. Bye.